Good morning. My name's Kevin Hicks. I'm pastor of Conyers Presbyterian Church. It is Monday, September 14th, and it is time for our Monday morning message. I was planning on going to work today, but I'm coming to you from a trail near my house. It's the something frog trail. Somebody I'm sure will let me know. It used to be an old railroad track. And the reason I'm here is because there is a fire, or was, maybe still, at Biolab facility in Conyers. It's shut down I-20 both ways, and they're concerned about that. So I just want to let you know right away, our prayers are with the firefighters and with anybody that is impacted by that fire in Conyers right now. But it also means for at least the morning, I'm going to be working from home today. A couple of things I just want to make you aware of. One, our session has decided to go back to one worship service at 11 a.m. We originally had the second service to spread people out as thin as we possibly could to avoid spreading the coronavirus. But we feel like with the numbers we have and the precautions we're taking, it's safe to go back to one service. Now, one thing that does is open up the opportunity to do adult Sunday school again. So they have been doing it on Zoom. They're going to continue to do it on Zoom for a little while at least. And so if you are interested in adult Sunday school, even if you've never done it before, look for a link in the congregational email and you can join that study by Zoom. You may notice I'm wearing my Love One Another t-shirt. Made it myself, iron-on thing. And one of the things that loving one another requires is forgiving one another. And one of the ways that I understand forgiveness is based on the book of Genesis, especially Adam and Eve and their fall. The way I use that is I say, Adam and Eve, they sinned against God, and so they had to pay the consequences, and all that's written out there. One of the consequences was they got kicked out of the garden, and there was a guard set there and a flaming sword, and it wasn't going to let them back in. And so part of my understanding of forgiveness is that when we forgive somebody, we want the best for them. We're able to see them as broken individuals, just like we are, but also forgiven individuals, just like we are. And so we want the best. This is what God wanted the best for humanity and Adam and Eve. But here's the thing. God didn't let them back in the garden, and you don't have to let somebody back in the garden as well. If somebody has truly hurt you, you can forgive them, but not let them back into the garden of relationship with you. You can pray for and hope for the very best for that person. When you let go of your anger, when you can see them as a broken child of God instead of somebody that's mean or cruel or hurt you, then you are beginning to forgive them. But it doesn't mean things go back to the way they were. There may be new boundaries that you have to set with that particular person. And it may be that they have to answer to the authorities, the law. But you can still forgive them, and that gives you a sense of true peace. And it's what you're called to do because you have been forgiven by Christ, and we're called to forgive others the way Christ forgave us. So you can forgive somebody, you can hope for their best, but you can also define new boundaries to the relationship. You don't have to let them back in where they honestly might hurt you again. So I want you to think this week, who do you need to forgive? Or is there anything you're holding on to, maybe for days that you've been stewing about, maybe for decades that you've been stewing about? Is there any way you can release that, turn it over to God, and forgive the person who you're worried about? That's your homework for this week. Think about who has hurt you, the ones that go deep, and then ask if you can find a way to see them as a broken child of God, forgiven by God, and forgiven by you. Have a wonderful week. Good to see everyone. Bye-bye.